Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Phoenix Sim Sport. This is season 16 of Tatuus Challenge, and we're about to start our season finale, a 90-minute race around the Barcelona Catalonia circuit with the MotoGP, or the new Formula One layout without the chicane. Let's look at the championship standings after 9 rounds. It should be on the screen right now. Even Melendez, the Spaniard, currently leads Marcel Miku, the reigning Tatuus champion, by 96 points. And with 100 points remaining on the board, Marcel Miku still has a mathematical chance of taking back-to-back titles, but it's only mathematical. We've got Jack Smith securing third position in the championship already, with Eric Johansson looking set to take fourth because Matt Pryor and Carmen Giametta are missing tonight. We've also got a couple of debutants. I think one of them is Guillem Flores, but I think his name is different in the server. We've also got Maverick doing Tatuus for the first time this season after not doing the first 9 rounds. I believe he commentated the first 2 or 3 rounds. But yeah, the league owner will be participating in a one-off outing in the season finale. And we are now in the server, ready for qualifying tonight. In the commentary booth is me, HC, with Arthur. Hello, Arthur.
Hello, HC. Season finale, also the last race we will be doing with Tatuus, because we're, of course, changing to the F3 cars starting from next season after winter break. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And Maverick Racing today, I'm excited to see what he can do with his bright orange livery.
Do I have his livery? Yes, I do. That's a good start. It must be from a previous season livery. That's why I still have
Yeah,
it. But yeah, this is a difficult
it's
track
McLaren.
actually.
Yeah, I mean, especially on the tires, but about Maverick's livery, it's kind of a 2022 McLaren-esque.
It
The blue
is.
line, the orange.
Yeah, with all the logos and sponsors on the side of the car. But
Yeah.
anyway, I believe this is, I think, our new driver, Guilherme Flores, about to start his first flying lap in Phoenix Sim Sport. I believe that is him, because that is the only name that I don't recognize, but if I'm wrong, please correct me in the chat, as he gets into the first corner rather cautiously. However, the track is extremely slippery because with 32 degrees track temperature, the softs overheat extremely easily.
Yeah, I mean, the left side tires will definitely be struggling today because it's a very, very tire-heavy circuit, especially as we can see here, a long right-hander where you carry through a lot of speed, so it puts so much stress on the tires. During the race, they will be having to manage that each and every lap, especially later laps.
Traffic for Marcel Miku. He's had to back off on his first flying lap attempt. I believe that is Fox Sound in front of him. So this is not ideal for second place in the championship, already having to basically forego his first flying lap attempt, as that is even Melendez now on his out lap, I think, because he's also backed off. So back to the first driver that will come across the line. His name in the server is a load of letters and numbers. I call him Flores because I think that is who he is. I hope I'm not recognizing it wrong. We also got A. Gapri in the server. That is also a name that I do not recognize and is not even in my sheet. What if Gapri is actually Flores? Now that would be awkward. Anyway.
Well, I mean, the person we suspect to be Flores right now, I do think we've seen him during TCR races, so
Okay, interesting. But I
some
don't.
Phoenix experience.
Fair enough. As Findlay second now, currently provisional pole. That's been beaten by Alan Fanon, who's passed Fox Sound on his flying lap attempt. We have got Jay Lazona, the Philippine driver, finally actually able to attend the race instead of sleeping, because it is currently, as is me, 4:07 a.m. for him, as Aaron Harris goes to the top with a 41.9.
I do want to add Sarah Klein right now is already on the hard tire for qualifying, which
Interesting.
special.
Yeah, I believe in the current track condition, I think mediums can really set a good lap time because with softs, the overheating, the final section is extremely high. So in all of these right-handers, especially fast right-handers, it's easy to even lose the car on full throttle. So yeah, if you are using mediums, it could be a viable strategy as Anthony Perkin uses 6th gear in the final corner, trying to keep the rev low without any wheel spin, and he goes to the top.
What a brilliant lap there, but yeah, I mean, sometimes a different tire in qualifying can really pay off. Sometimes you see it in Formula 1. I've myself had to do it, I think, a few times in a league just because track temp was so high and it was such a tire heavy track, but yeah,
Yeah, that is a brilliant
only
lap
one
from
driver really.
Ivan Melendez as he goes to the top by a second over his teammate. He is looking to secure the championship at his home ground. As Maverick, the league owner, comes across the line, his first attempt goes to still 17th, that must be invalid. Jack Smith goes to the top with a 139.8. That is absolutely remarkable.
That's an absolutely brilliant lap, but here comes Marcel Miku through the final corner right now. Shifts down into 5th gear, I must say. Cross finish line of 40.2, which puts him up to P2 right now.
Yeah, not a bad effort for Miku. He's currently beating Ivan Melendez, who is improving on his second attempt. We've also got Aaron Harris coming across the line, who couldn't improve on his second lap. It will be, let's see, Gapri, the new driver, is actually not going to come across. It's Eric Johansson who's coming out of the final corner and currently fourth in the championship. The Swede goes up to third.
Melendez in sector 3 right now, though 2 green sectors, no purple one yet. He's coming into the double right-hander right now, the penultimate corner. Little run downhill. Definitely has to slow down a bit. Takes the exit curb. What time will he be able to set? A 140.3, still behind Marcel Miku.
He's right in between Miku and Johansson. That's third place currently for our championship leader. But if he finishes that, he will be champion. I mean, he only needs to finish 14th or higher. So yeah, it shouldn't be any issue unless his computer goes boom. As Maverick goes to 5th, of course. Where else would he be?
I mean, he has a 3 in this name, but he should really consider changing it to 5 at some point.
Yeah. Daniel Ari is starting a lap. We got Marcel Miku into the pits, so he's going to probably come out on a new set of boots. Let's go on board with Jack Smith, currently provisional pole sitter, ready to start what will be potentially his penultimate attempt. I mean, you can't really push 2 laps on the same set of softs, but if you make a mistake on the first lap, you can back off and go at the final attempt.
He's looking very smooth on the
Great
steering
lap.
right now.
Great lap by Johansson. He's up to second. He could be fighting for a podium or win, as Jack Smith sets the fastest sector 1. Yes, Sasa.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jack Smith looks very smooth on his tires right now, which already has him a purple sector 1 right now, so he's really got it nailed. It does make it much more sour for Marcel Miku, though, who must win the race and have Melendez finish all the way outside of the points in order to wrap it up today, so. Chances are very unlikely he will win either way, because of course Melendez would need a meteor to hit him at some point. But
yeah, Jack Smith pushing really hard there. I believe that was turn 9, and he's lost 100 after 2 sectors. This is right on the limit stuff from the Polish driver, using all of the road on the entry into turn 12. Getting the nose in, trying to go on full throttle as early as possible. You have to turn in slightly earlier than you think in the penultimate corner. You don't want to turn in the grass. You can use all of the road in the final corner, but he gets caught on the curb and he's going to understay into the gravel, and that's going to ruin his final lap as well. So that is it for Jack Smith. He is not going to improve, as I believe that's Lachlan PP improving up to ace, beating Aaron Harris by 1/1000th of a second.
I mean, Marcel on his outlap right now, he must nail that final lap in order to gain some positions. Melendez still in the pit, so he's
He's gone.
definitely not setting another lap.
Yeah, we've got Aaron
That's
Harris running out of the field, coming out of the final corner a moment ago, so he's not going to be able to respond to Lachlan PP's time, which beat him by 1/1000th of a second. Marcel Miku now coming down towards turn one. This could be crucial. He needs to find 4/10ths to take pole.
very high gearing into turn one there. Goes into turn three right now. Again, looking very smooth. Car looks pretty planted right now. Heading down to T4 right now. I find this a very difficult corner personally. I never really nailed the exit, but takes a very tight line there. Green sector one. Downhill, we're a bit off camber here. And he just keeps on pushing.
Eric Johansson is in a bit of a bother here. He's behind another car, but he had no time coming across the line, so he had to start his final push lap right behind another car. This is going to significantly hamper the Swedes' chance to improve. So if Marcel Miku can improve by just a tenth and a bit more, he should have second secured. Eric Johansson is getting blocked, and that is not the fault of the car in front. They just timed it too late. As Jack Smith disconnected from the server, so let's hope he can join back before the race starts as Marcel Miku is into the final sector, Arthur.
Yes, indeed. Here goes right now, penultimate corner. All eyes are on him. Johansson back to the pits. His lap is over. Miku uses all the exit he can, crosses the finish line. Will he improve?
Oh, he did. He did by 15,000, but that's not enough. He's still going to start P3.
Yeah, no.
So we've got the championship contender starting on the second row instead of the first row. And currently third and fourth in the championship will share the front row if Jack Smith can sort out whatever his issues that he's facing right now. We've got Sarah redeeming a posture check. Okay, that's cool. And
Oh, just cracked my back for that one. Oh,
and she said she's going
Jesus.
to purposely do a pit lane start to avoid turn one, which is safe if we are not necessarily a back marker, but if you're one of the slower drivers, that's not a bad idea to just try to do your own race, try to improve on your own pace without getting into any trouble into turn one, because with such a long run down towards turn one, anything could happen.
I mean, Sarah starts near the back of the grid in general, so personally, I would just opt for a very slow start, lift and coast a bit, and then only then go for it. I think pit lane will cost just a bit too much time. That's just my personal view, but we'll see how it pays off. Might as well work, you know. Sometimes I'll say it as it is because otherwise I won't get out of my words. A shot not taken is always a shot missed.
Anyway, let's look at the qualifying standing. Jack Smith takes his third pole of the season, so that will equal him to Carmine Giamatti, who impressively got 3 poles in only 5 rounds that he did. So still, Jack Smith becomes the best qualifier alongside Carmen Giamatti for season 16 the Tatuus Challenges. We've got Eric Johansson, Marcel Miku, and Ivan Melendez. So the top 4 in the championship standing starting in the top 4 positions. Maverick, aka Andrew Taggart, will start from P5 because he is Mr. P5. He will be starting alongside Alan Fanon. And then we've got Anthony Perkin, Daniel Ari from the 4th row with Lachlan PP and Aaron Harris starting from the 5th row. As I walk myself into the pits, and we'll have a look at the rest of the grid on the grid box. So in the 6th row, it will be potentially Guilherme Flores. I'm still not sure whether this is his car. He'll be starting alongside Findlay Saka, right ahead of his countryman Daniel Bermudez. So P14 will be Jay Lazona from Philippines. He will be starting ahead of Gapri, Sarah Klein, Fox Sound, and Retrospect, rounding out the 18 drivers tonight.
Here we go then. Season finale last race with the Tatuus cars.
The lights are coming on, and we're about to go racing in Barcelona. It's lights out, and away we go. And the front row gets a pretty even start. It looks like Marcel Miku does jump ahead of Eric Johansson slightly, and he has now got the slipstream of Jack Smith down towards turn 1. Can Marcel Miku challenge for the lead? Not yet, but he brakes too late. He's left the inside door open for Eric Johansson. But Eric Johansson backs off in time, so Maverick dropping down a lot of positions. What's happened to Maverick? He's dropped from P5 to P9 in the window S. Eric Johansson puts on a very, very tough defense on even Melendez. Melendez forces almost out of the track. He will go around the outside of turn 4. Can Melendez hang there? If he can, he will get the inside line towards the next corner. It's Marcel Miku now challenging Jack Smith at the front. Melendez dives down the inside of turn 5 and takes third position away from Eric Johansson. A drop of 2 positions for the Swedish driver on the opening lap. That is not ideal for Johansson.
I mean, Marcel Miku again with a beautiful start. However, he's going to get put pressure on him by Melendez, since Johansson lost position and then ran wide right there.
Side by side with the
sets
lead.
him up perfectly for Perkin, as somebody is already all the way down the escape road there.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Using a different layout.
Yeah, but Marcel Miku is challenging for the lead. He's looking to the inside. He's stacked it to the inside of turn 12, and he's taken the lead. Jack Smith gets edged off into the runoff area, and now even Melendez looking to the inside. The top 3 are separated by absolutely nothing as we go on to lap 2 of I don't know how many laps that we will do tonight in a 90-minute race.
It will be a lot of laps, I can tell you that though. Jack Smith already putting the pressure on Miku again. Melendez is just waiting for the perfect opportunity to slither in there, as he's trying to make the move on Marcel Miku right now, and he moves up into P2. What a brilliant move by the championship leader right now.
That is crazy.
Miku is just set there into P3.
Yeah, Miku just doesn't have the slipstream. That's how long the front straight is. If you don't have slipstream, you're gonna get passed by both of them. It's Melendez almost hits Jack Smith into turn 4. Jack Smith has to open up the steering. The championship leader is going aggressive. He is not backing down. He knows he only needs to finish 14th above. He can take all the risk in the world. So he's absolutely sending it into the lead. 4th to 1st in 1.5 laps. Remarkable from Melendez.
I mean, he's really taking his points advantage as a way to just make risks, and it's paying off. So that's beautiful for him. I saw Foxhound earlier go off though at the final corner, so he's not having the best time of his life.
Yeah, we've got side by side between Fanon and Saka into turn 9, so that means Fanon on the inside has to back off, and because he backs off, he lost all the momentum, and he's lost 2 further positions. So from P10 down to P12 goes the Frenchman, getting passed by Daniel Bermudez and Lachlan PP. Now the Scots is challenging the Spaniard up ahead. Battling for P10, and Bermudez lost it on his own. He's lost it on his own. There was no contact. And Lachlan PP just about avoid Bermudez, as there's still lag issues of Finley Saka. He lags back dramatically in the final corner. That almost causes a problem. And Anthony Perkin now trying to go around the outside of Eric Johansson. Can he do it? No, I don't think so. Maverick, well, passing Daniel Irving to P7, yes, also.
2 laps and we've already had quite a bit of action. Field is already spread out quite a bit though. It seems like Sarah Klein had a mistake or something.
Big issue for Eric Johansson. Huge tank slapper into turn 4, and he's going to be defending for his life. But Anthony Perkin couldn't take advantage. He's still behind the Swedish driver.
Well, I mean, knowing Perkins' moves from TCR, he might make a beautiful dive bomb into the next braking zone. So I am keeping my eyes peeled on that, as he's heading down the back straight right now.
Yeah, I'm just looking
at Does he have what it takes?
Tires, the top 10, only Harris is on mediums, everybody else is on hards. In the top 10 at least.
Well, I think most people in the top 10 are definitely trying to do one stop or really make the tires last as long as they can, even though it's very difficult around here. I think Jack Smith might be the one that will gain the most from this, seeing how smooth his inputs were during qualifying already. So he's definitely having an advantage right now, I think.
Yeah, there was trouble for Bermudas.
Oh,
He's just... Oh, what happened?
Birkin off completely.
Oh, where is he?
I saw
Oh my
him.
god.
I saw him backwards against the pit wall. So he must have definitely spun out on the AstroTurf there.
He's
Otherwise, you don't
lost...
belong in that
Yeah,
situation.
he's lost so many
5
positions.
positions.
Yeah, he was
5 or
P5, wasn't
6, I
he?
think.
Yeah, he's now down to
Yeah,
P10.
he was.
So he's lost 5 positions. Let's quickly go into the replays if we can and see what happened to Anthony Perkin. He is understeering and touched the gravel or the grass on the outside of the final corner, just trying to push behind Eric Johansson. And he did rejoin safely by not going onto the racing line. So well done to that is that is not Alan Fanon, sorry, that is the same livery car as Foxhound going off in the final corner.
Second time that has happened for Foxhound, so it's clear that final corner is a real moment of struggle for him each time. So let's hope he can evolve throughout the race and be a bit more confident there.
Yeah, we've also got Ilan Melendez just ever so slightly pulling away from Jack Smith, and now Marcel Miko is trying to pass Jack Smith. I mean, it doesn't really matter because Melendez, if he can finish this race, basically he will be champion, but of course Marcel Miko will want this second position, and he is gaining into the final corners, but you can see the understeer, the dirty AZ to the grass, he's saved the car, he's not saved the car, he's round! Marcel Miko is round! And he's on the racing line! Oh my goodness me! He did
That was very close there with Johansson.
He did the exact same thing that Anthony Perkin did last lap. Just in the wake of the car ahead, it just dirty air just pushes your car ever so wide, and then you're on the grass, then your left rear tire is on the gravel, and just lose the edge grip.
I mean, that's the thing with this layout of the track. Either you have the chicane, you have some slow speed there and you can slipstream onto the main straight, or you have this very fast right-hander where dirty air just screws your competitor, as I saw Foxhound, I think, spin out again, this time in the beginning of Sector 3.
Yeah, we've got battle for P9
yeah, Marcel
now.
Miku.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you do. I mean, Alan Foana versus Anthony Perkin.
That is Perkin
Let's see what happens
recovering
here.
the position, I think, after his spin last lap. So he's passed for a non into P9, goes the Spanish driver. Now he's going to try to move ahead further. He's got a 2.2 second gap to Lachlan PP up ahead. So definitely chaseable because we all know Anthony Perkin is a fast driver.
I mean, he really is. He's already extending the gap on the straight right now, so I think he's starting to put fun on his dust.
As we've got Doug Pengu in the chat saying around 52 laps will be the race. I will take your votes for it because I'm not doing live mathematics in the stream. As I think Findlay Saka is round and he's in the middle of the track, and Alan Funnell has hit him. What happened there? They are on the wrong layout. They are all on the wrong layout. Funnell has to rejoin carefully. And he's lost a couple more positions. So up to P9 goes Daniel Bermudez. After P10 goes Guillermo Flores. I will go into the replays really quickly. That was Findlay Saka into the final sector. Let's have a look on his onboard. So into turn 12, he's trying to modulate the throttle, gets a bit of lag, and gets more lag, and that is completely lag. Because Lachlan PP basically lagged in his car, and I think, unfortunately, this internet issue has caused further trouble 2 rounds in a row.
I mean, quite a few spinners today. It will definitely not help their tires for the rest of the race. I mean, coming from somebody who's coming from somebody who's been playing F1 Manager quite a bit during classes in college, once you spin out or your driver spins out, it really takes a toll on the tires, and it's not very fun. So let's hope for them that they can still maybe manage a one-stopper, but it might be a two-stopper at this point.
Battle for P4, Aaron Harris is another driver that had lag issues previously, and Marcel Miku has to be careful, but he's going to the inside of the penultimate corner. Aaron Harris left the door open and didn't fight Marcel Miku. That is clever from Harris, because fighting Miku will only lose himself race time, and there's really no point holding up a driver that is more than a second faster than you. Got Anthony Perkin now recovering up to P8 and about to challenge Lachlan PP on the main straight.
Let's see. Will Perkin make the move into turn 1 right now? No, yes, whoa! I mean, for a while it looked like he was staying behind there, but no. Just a beautiful move down the inside, but Lachlan PP trying to put the pressure right now, gets forced wide through turn 3. And that's the position lost for him. Beautiful move by Anthony Perkin.
Side by side went Fanon and Bermudas into turn 1 as well, and Fanon takes that position on the inside of turn 1, just like we saw from Anthony Perkin. So a couple of position changes at the end of the top 10 in towards turn 1. There's also a bit of lag from Fanon. Maybe it's my internet, but it seems like the car is also jumping around a bit. So not the most stable connection we've got tonight. It might be an issue that we need to investigate afterwards.
Bermuda's right now also starting to get close to Fanon, but he's on the grass. I spoke too soon, but does he have a good exit? Might he be able to chase from there?
I think
not the best. Their pace is kind of similar, but
I think Fanon is faster, so he should pull away. And Bermudas really needs to not go on these curbs. They are deadly.
They are deadly indeed. Marcel Miku also not really massive on the recovery after his spin. He's up in, I mean, he's still in P4, which isn't optimal. Even if he catches Johansson, it's still 10 seconds right now in total for him to catch up to Jack Smith. So P2 even seems pretty unreasonable right now. Wow, words.
Well, there will be 2 pit stops tonight. I'm pretty sure about that. And we all know Marcel Miku is one of the fastest in terms of race starts as well as pit stops. So there's all the possibility that he may gain some crucial time in the pit stop phase, and that could help him to try to get into P3 or even P2 and secure his 12th podium of the season. Of course, currently the most podiums this season is the driver that we're on board with, Ivan Melendez, with 12 in the first 14 races, and he's looking set to take a 13th podium in 15 races this season. And Melendez is absolutely driving away from Jack Smith. The gap was 1.9 seconds at the end of the previous lap. It's gone all the way up to 2.6.
I mean, he's just flying today, and I think we'll definitely be crowning a new champion today.
Marcel Miku. Marcel Miku, what happened to him? No, what happened to Johansson? Johansson spun. That's why Marcel Miku had to take all the way to the inside of the front straight. Let's quickly go into the replays and see. It's the final corner, claiming yet another victim. Johansson going into the penultimate corner. That all looks okay. Up to 5th gear, swings the car in, misses inside curb completely, does the counter steer into the gravel, and around he went, and Marcel Miku. That was millimeters. That was millimeters. Because Marcel Miku tried to turn right. Oh my god. You have to watch this on stream. What I have just seen.
I will try to see how fast I can do that.
Oh my god. I hope I.
Quickly, mobile phone. Ah, but I'm gonna get an ad either way, I think.
Aha. Anyway, you can check that later on, I think. Anyway, we're up about the lap people here. So Ivan Melenda is already on the back of Foxconn. We got Daniel Henry retiring from the race, unfortunately. So that is not ideal for the British driver. He only has a 28-point lead on Anthony Perkin and a 32-point lead on, or 42-point lead, I beg your pardon, on Aaron Harris. And if well, even Lachlan PP is only 62 points behind him, so any of Perkin, Harris, or Lachlan PP gets a good result, Daniel Henry could drop all the way down to 10th in the championship.
Trying to see if I can watch the replay of that incident right now via the clip function. Okay, so Johansson goes into the final corner. That was, wow, that was genuinely millimeters with Miku.
Millimeters between Saka and Bermudas. Saka was to the inside of Bermudas in the penultimate corner. Bermudas closed the door but saw Saka at the last moment and then opened up the door, and they just about went side by side in the final two corners. Now Saka will get the slipstream, get the tail, and tries to pass Bermudas. They're both lagging a little bit, lagging back, lagging forward, but Saka should have the inside line. He can break later. She does. He should have P10.
Beautiful moves here. That was very refreshing to see. W4T, okay, Findlay just teleported back, so that
again.
move has been done.
Yeah,
W4T, so Flores also just had a spin.
And well, we're into the replays again. Let's have a look. Oh, he's lost it on entry. He's braked on entry and just locked the race. That's a different one. That's a different one to the ones that we saw so far. He didn't understeer on exit. He just locked the race or whatever on entry and lost it mid-corner, as Aaron Johansson now trying to challenge Lachlan PP for P6. Maverick is also behind Aaron Harris, so Aaron Harris clearly doesn't have the pace of the top 5, but now Maverick, Mr. P5, is trying to move up from that 5th position. As Lachlan PP misses the final corner, Aaron Johansson will get the best run coming out of the final corner. This should be taking the candy away from the baby, as easy as that, as Johansson pulls to the inside, and this should be P6 for the Swedish driver on his recovery.
It will be. That was just the perfect opportunity for him to just sail on past into P6. Now we'll be trying to close the gap to Maverick.
Yeah, it's a 7-second gap, and Maverick now in a tight battle with Aaron Harris. Let's have a look with the lap times. So Maverick had been catching the last 2 laps. So on lap 7 and lap 8, they were setting identical lap times. It seems like Maverick has basically kept his pace. It's Aaron Harris that has dropped off into the 43 mid. So Maverick hasn't gone faster. It's Aaron Harris that's gone slower. Oh, and the spin in front of them, just about before the apex. There must be a heart in the mouse moment for Maverick and Aaron Harris, and I believe they both had to lift. So now Maverick is on the back of Aaron Harris, but he's going to lift early to not make the move, because if he made the move here, it would be gaining under the yellow flag, because he had to, as even Melendez, look at the lead he's got. What is that? 7 seconds already?
It's definitely that home race feel, or home race, aura he has right now to make him gain. Personally, each time I race around Spa, I spin 3 times in the race and I have the worst luck in the entire world. I usually get taken out, but it's clear it's working for him.
There's also trouble for Jack Smith. He lost 3 seconds last lap. So I think this battle for 3rd or for 4th can wait a bit. As actually Anthony Perkins into the pits already. That is very early, a 20-minute stint. And into the pits goes the Spanish driver. I wonder what his strategy will be.
Foxhound already lapped though, so not his race today.
Yeah, and he also had a spin bit in front of Harris and Maverick the last lap. I mean, he
Oh,
spun
I
before
see
turn
another
9.
car
Oh,
off. Garby just had a spin.
Gabri, yeah, I think he just pitted, so this is not going to be ideal for his tires. And he's, where is he? He's in front of some fast cars. That is Alan Fanon facing two of the blue flag cars trying to battle with each other. This is not ideal for the Frenchman. The two cars in front of him, the blue flag cars, are actually fighting for position. And Foxon does let Fanon go, so it is good driving from the American as he as Melendez in the pits. So both him and Anthony Perkin didn't put a full tank of fuel at the start of the race. Could that explain why they were pulling away the gap then?
Possibly, I mean, he's done 20 minutes now, so he'll probably have to put his next few stints 35, 35.
I
So
mean,
we'll
that is
see
true.
what he's able to produce from that. Could
Yeah,
be that he just tries to extend this one as long as possible and then go for mediums possibly, but
I don't think
might
so.
still fry the tires.
Yeah, the mediums just, it's Catalonia. You just overheat the tires.
Yeah.
They will never come back. This is what happened to Aaron Harris. He's also on mediums. That's why his pace has dropped off. And Maverick is still keeping a similar pace to what he did like 5 laps ago. But now Melendez will be in traffic because these two are fighting for, well, third on the road, net P4. And Melendez, if he's not careful, gets involved, he could be in trouble. I'm just going to quickly take this opportunity to see, or try to see, what happened to Jack Smith on the previous lap. I mean, he had to overtake. It might be, yeah, he might have to, it might be blue flag cars. I'm not sure if that's the lap, he lost a lot of time, but I can't see any major errors, so we'll see at the end. Oh, as they're battling for P3, Maverick now going around the outside. That is such a terrible camera angle. Maverick gets edged out wide into the actual turf and he can't make the pass. And now Melendez is right behind the pair of them. We're going to go on board with the championship leader. He doesn't need to get involved, he just needs to keep it clean. But now, can he make a double overtake on the main straight, Arthur?
I mean, Slipstream's looking like he might be able to make a move all the way down into T1, but it looks like he's staying behind right now. No, he's sending it down the inside of Aaron Harris right there. Near contact there, that was a bit shifty, but he's all the way up into P4 with Maverick P3, but that's also not gonna last long, I think.
Yeah, that is very good from Ivan Melendez. He actually braked the earliest of the three drivers, but then he saw the gap open up on the inside of Aaron Harris. So it's calculated aggression from the championship leader, and he is going to now try to challenge Maverick around the outside, getting the cutback. He'll get much better drive on well, these better tires. If he did change them, he might have not changed them, but he's on the inside of turn 7 and made the move cleanly. Two crucial moves for Ivan Melendez. He's up to P3 on the road, and now he has 15 seconds of clean air to run into.
Melendez, man. I mean, he will earn this championship rightfully today. It's unreal how consistent he has been this season, and it's really showing.
Absolutely, and considering he's already made a pit stop, he will probably not see any more traffic at the end of the race as Johansson tries to go around the outside into the Panama corner. And that doesn't work. He has to back off. Aaron Harris' medium tires are absolutely dying. They're dropping pace. And Johansson into the grass, and he saves it this time. He didn't go into the gravel. The grass is still fine. The gravel is death.
I mean, it really is, but he's still pretty close to Aaron Harris.
Ooh, cheeky
That
little
was
look. He's on the curb.
yeah. Ooh.
He has to back off. You can't hit that curb. You can't hit that curb. He was spinning. He was clever. He hit the curb, knew it was wrong, and backed off. If he tried to pin the throttle there, he would have spun for the second time tonight.
As Garpri disconnects.
That is
That's an
unfortunate.
early race for him.
So we
Yeah, I
only
mean
have,
Johansson today.
yeah, we only have 16 runners now. So if we have one more retirement, everybody that finishes the race will get points. As this is really, really awkward into the first corner. We've got a lapped car, yeah, getting out of the way now, but he was on the apex almost into turn one because that was really, really awkward. The three cars that passed him were battling with each other, so it got really uncomfortable. As Johansson now challenging Aaron Harris. Harris closes the door. Johansson goes around the outside. And he's run out of the road. He's brake way too late, hasn't he?
Yeah, he really has. I mean, it's clear he still has quite the pace today, but it's pretty incident prone as well. As I saw Aaron Harris kind of have a little check up there on the AstroTurf. I mean, Johansson knows he has the pace. Johansson knows he can take the position back, but yes, just keep this in mind in the game right now. Again, slipstream down the main straight. Bit far behind right now, but anything can still happen.
But his podium streak surely is going to end. He finished P3 in one of the races, or the only race that we did in the well, in the round 6 and round 8. He finished P3 basically in 5 Thursdays in a row. But surely it is not a P3 because Melendez is ahead of him, Miku is ahead of him, Jack Smith is ahead of him. Even if he gets past Maverick, that will only be P4. He's basically got a well 20-second gap to P3 as he's trying to go up and under on Aaron Harris. Now he will be on the outside towards turn 5. But he can't do the cutback this time. He's getting significantly hampered by the medium tire runner of Aaron Harris. He has to stand into turn 7. He's losing valuable time and little bit of movement, but that's all okay. Johansson got to the apex first and moves up into P5.
We all saw it coming really, but that was still a beautiful move made by him as Anthony Perkin right now is chasing Daniel Bermudez into the banked corner of turn 5 right now. Bermudez goes very wide, so Anthony Perkin right now has the opportunity to get a bit closer. He's in the slipstream, won't make a move right now. It's not a real overtaking opportunity into turn 6. As we're heading uphill. Kind
He's
of
sending
nearly
it.
flat out corner.
I thought.
I mean, I understand making a dummy there because if you see a car in your mirror get close to you there, you do really want to back off. But if your dummy fails, as you can see right now, it costs you too much time. And yeah,
It
you'll
did.
have to wait until the main straight right now if he gains enough time.
Yeah, surely turn 1 is going to be the overtaking spot. Anthony Perkin will be on a heavier car because he's already made a pit stop. But, well, I don't know if he's changed tires actually, so maybe his tires are not even fresher, but he is a faster driver than Bermudez. And coming out of the final corner, Perkin will get the slipstream. He will try to get the round down towards turn number 1.
Here we go. Late on the brakes goes Anthony Perkin. Beautiful move.
Brilliant.
Bermuda's now behind them, and yeah, that's game over. Beautiful move by Perkin there.
Bermudez will have the chance to return the favour into turn 4, but I don't think he's close enough. Well, Anthony Perkin just covers off the inside line for safety purposes. They've got a blue flag car up ahead, going to the edge of the circuit. That is well done by Sarah Klein, getting out of the way of the battle for P9.
I mean, what a race. Absolute racing today. Let's see where Melendez is compared to Miku. He's 17 seconds behind right now. 16. So, I mean, he still has a pit stop on them, so
yeah, he's basically
he'll
driving
be coming out ahead.
on average about 8/10 a lap faster than Miku, so yeah. Miku is actually slightly slower than Jack Smith. He's actually no, that is the wrong way around. Yeah, Jack Smith has been slower than Marcel Miku. So is
Miku's
Melendez
still at that
faster?
spin.
No, Melendez is slower than Miku actually. That is because Melendez is now on heavy fuel, so that makes sense. So Miku is pulling away slightly, but he's too far back, isn't he? He still has an extra pit stop.
Yeah. I mean, still an hour to go, man. I have never commented. I mean, I have commentated a race that went on longer like this than this, but
Oh,
at least then
spin!
it was counted in laps.
Right in front of Marcel Miku. That was Jay Lazona having a spin in turn 10. But he held his brakes and stayed stationary until Marcel Miku passed him. So well done to the Philippine driver to not get one of our leaders involved.
I mean, closest gap I can see right now is Bermuda still in the chase of Birkin, who overtook him earlier right now. We're 1/3 through the race though, so that is something.
It is, and if the tire delta is correct on the hard, then nobody changed tires in their first pit stop, so they've all stayed on the hard tires that they started on, and presumably they will change it in the next pit stop. But for the drivers that started on a full tank of fuel, they'll probably switch to a new set of hards in their first pit stop before a dash of fuel in the second pit stop.
F1 on the pits.
Well, unless they don't change tires at all and run a set of hards for 90 minutes. I'm not sure if that is viable, but got more people coming into the pits now, so they've decided to segregate or to separate, sorry, the race into 3/3 basically, 30, 30, 30.
That was nearly a very special choice of words there.
English is not my native language, so yeah.
Well, for me
Oh,
neither. Oh, what is Lachlan doing right there?
why is he reversing on the? Eh?
I mean, might be that he overshot his pit box, wanted to reverse.
And I forgot to
The animation
shift up.
happened, and then he forgot to shift back up. Yeah. I mean, I've
Could
had
be.
it myself a few times where I entered my pit box in second gear and still shifted up into third when I wanted to start going again, which is very slow, and I do not recommend at all.
Oh, Johansson spun. 5 seconds after I went on his onboard, he spun at 10:12. That is gonna be one of the streamers' curse instead of commentators, because I haven't even got the screen of their lap times up yet. I was about to check if he's catching Maverick or not. Well, he was. Now he isn't.
Well, he is pitting.
And so is Maverick.
Maverick as well. I mean, I earlier when I was driving home from school, not driving myself, of course, I wouldn't be scrolling Instagram and drive. But once I was scrolling Instagram, I saw race cars, man. Some of them are cheaper than you expect. I got an ad for a Porsche GT3 Cup car, which was just under 200,000 euros. But an F3 Tatuus car, guess how much that would cost?
I wouldn't have a clue. I only know a TCR car is about 110,000 euros, give or take.
Well, the F3 Tatuus car that I found only 93,000.
No, it's cheaper than the TCR car even.
I mean, it's of course an older spec of a
True.
F3, but only that amount of money. I mean, I'd start a GoFundMe for such a thing, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sadly, it's not road legal though. That would have been a bit more cool.
Yeah, Aaron Harris' pace has absolutely dropped off. He did a 44.9 without pitting. His mediums must be absolutely shot.
I mean, it's unfortunate that AC doesn't have the utmost best tire graphics, otherwise you'd see the most horrendous marbling on those tires right now.
Yeah, just blistering all over the place maybe.
Yeah, and he's still not pitting.
No, he's marching
That's already
on.
35 minutes on mediums.
Let's see, this lap maybe he made a
Absolutely
mistake.
crazy.
Last lap, he has done a 44.8. He's still losing 3 seconds a lap. If the graphic is right, of course. You can never trust these
Well,
graphics these days.
I mean, I would take it at face value. If you've been driving mediums around Barcelona of all places for this long, it's really not going to work in your favor. So Foxhound is about to be lapped. He will have to yield. He doesn't yield yet. He went a bit wide there. I expected him to give the position,
Yeah, he
but no,
does
he
it
does
now.
that right now.
That's fine. He tried to go wide in turn 4, but that's because Harris' pace is now so slow that Foxhound slowed down slightly on the outside, but Harris couldn't even pass him. That's how slow Harris has been going on. Those medium tires, a little bit of a slide as I believe that is Bermuda's now into the pits for his first pit stop of
Well,
the
I mean,
race.
already exiting the pits right now.
Yeah, Marcel Miko now in, so in net P3, second in the championship, surely this season. This will be his second to last pit stop, potentially forever on this car, because we're moving on next season.
There we go. First pit stop completed by Miku.
Yeah, we'll come out in a bit of traffic. That is Jay Lazona in front of him, I believe, as well as Retrospect, who is a further lap down.
Oh yes, it is a retrospect, but the gaps are still pretty big. Sarah Klein also gives the position. I would have waited until the main straight personally, but you never know, unfortunately, sometimes when being lapped. Still, good sportsmanship all around. And the spin for
Oh,
Sarah right there. That's very unfortunate. I
and
think it might have to
where?
do with the tires.
She's in turn 12, isn't she? So it's a corner that Johansson
Uh,
spun a couple of laps
yes.
ago. Yeah. And is that
I
a
think it's
call for
down
the
to the
pits?
tires.
Yeah, it is a call for the pits
Yep,
then.
pit lane.
And race leader
It
Jack
it
Smith is
must
in the
have been.
pits.
Yes, he is. I think it must have been the tires for Sarah because the only way you can really spin
He's
there
missed his pit
is.
box. He's missed his pit on that
Oh!
country mile. He's completely missed it. He had to
He was trying
reverse
to take a drive
for,
through.
for 6 seconds. That could be second place for Marcel Miku when they come across the line. Where is
Yeah,
Marcel?
I mean,
Marcel is behind Jay Lazona, I think, who gets out of the way, and Marcel Miku wants to take the decision, and surely Marcel Miku has taken second position away. Jack Smith is still not exiting the pits. There goes Retrospec. Where is Jay Lazona? There is Jay Lazona. There is Marcel Miku. Marcel Miku takes second position after a clap to Sarah from Jack Smith in the pit lane.
what was he thinking there?
He must have just not seen it.
I've missed pit boxes a few times, but not by that much.
He must have thought his pit box is much further ahead, so he didn't even look
Yeah,
at the start of the pit lane as Harris. Well, his pit box is the first one, so that should be easy enough for him to spot. He does park it in the correct position, and surely he will take off those absolutely dying mediums. And back out
now
on
again
track,
about
he goes.
yeah, again about Sarah's spin. The only way you can really spin that corner is if you're either in way too low a gear, or if you hit the curb on the inside there, which didn't happen. So it's clear those tires needed a change.
Yeah, and Aaron Harris has boxed onto a fresh set of hards, so yeah, he's taken the lesson. No more mediums. Hards is the way to go.
Exactly. As
Marcel Miku is
we're
blocked slightly by Retrospec, but he does get around him at turn 12. He's lost 4 tenths though. The gap took Jack Smith down to 2.5 seconds. This could be a chase on.
might be. I mean, we've seen Jack's pace in qualifying, so if you can use a lapped car right now as a bit of a catapult to slingshot him further to Miku, we might see a fight later for P2.
I don't
It's
think
not looking
retrospect
like that right
is
now.
letting him go before turn 1, and their braking difference will be quite huge actually. That is less than what I expected. Now retrospect needs to go wide and leave the inside for Jack Smith. Jack Smith has the lift, but he will have the inside line, and retrospect does let him go. So well done to retrospect, getting out of the way at turn 3. So the gap now.
Maverick is still a bit too far for a fight.
Oh yeah, he is 24 seconds away. He's in no man's land.
I mean, one of the last few races I did was Long Beach. That was an entire race no man's land for me. I was already slow around the track. I got hit out, had to pit early, was a no man's land, got spun out while being lapped. And yeah, an entire race in last place really did hurt me that time. But the day after, I at least did a 6 hours charity event, which went a bit better in an open class. So
I mean,
no man's land.
yeah,
Yeah,
Sarah
sorry.
Klein must be so confused seeing Jack Smith reversing, because when Jack Smith pitted, Sarah Klein also pitted, and she just saw the Polish driver reversing for about 4 seconds straight as Ivan Melendez laps Findlay Seka. So he's already lapped everyone outside the top 10, all of the oversteer in the world for the British driver. Great catch from Findlay Seka.
Feel bad for Sacker though, because he has the pace, he has the skill, but the lag.
Yeah, it's the
at
internet
times.
issues, isn't it? That's yeah, they just can't sort it
I
out
mean,
in
you
their.
can see the most beautiful send down the inside, just to be followed by a teleport back.
Yeah, I mean, they checked everything. I believe they're also using Ethernet cables, so they've done their
Yeah,
part to try to solve the issue, but the issue is still persistent, and it, well, even though they've tried their best, it definitely did affect Lachlan PP and Alan Farnon's race, because he did lag back into Lachlan PP's car and then spun in the middle of turn 13, which is a penultimate corner, in which then Alan Farnon couldn't avoid, and Jack Smith goes wide into turn 9 slightly, just catching a bit of oversteer mid-corner. So he's lost a couple of tenths there to get back up to 2.4 seconds of Marcel Mico.
it's gonna be such an exciting end, I think, this race.
It
I think
is.
Melendez will run away with it, but just for the podium positions, will have a brilliant fight.
Yeah, if Melendez can hang on, it will be his 8th victory in 15 races this season. Incidentally, I think, let me just check my notes real quickly. Marcel Mico also won 8 races last season out of 15, so they would have won the title in the identical fashion in terms of victories in a season. Of course, last season it was way more chaotic and more entertaining, the final round at Nürburgring. But yeah, it turns out if you win more than half of the races, you will be champion.
Exactly. I mean, he's really shown what he can do this season excellently, just constant brilliance. His lowest has been a P4 all season round. He's only had 2 P4s, one of which he used as a drop round. So,
and he is a master in these long races. He won round 4, he won round 6, he won round 8, and he's set to win round 10. The only long format he didn't win was all the way back in round 2 when he lost out to Marcel Mico.
exactly. I mean, that one P8 for Miku really cost him. It really, really did. Then a few other bit lesser performances didn't help either. So
Yeah,
he still had a great season, just not like last season where he, at this track, really started his great comeback.
True, Jack Smith is slightly wide in the final corner, slightly lift to avoid making the same mistake as a few others that we've seen already so far tonight in the final corner. The gap now 2.3 seconds as Marcel Miku hit more traffic.
It's really not going for him this race. At least he still has that position due to Smith's error in the pit lane, but it doesn't matter if you lose the title by 2 points or 20 points, you still lost the title, unfortunately. Still a P2 in the championship, which is great to secure, but not what he will have wanted. He is, however, looking forward to next season with the F3s, though, since he feels he has just completed these Tatuuses pretty much.
And that is a good blue flag from, well, potentially Guillaume Flores, because I still don't know if that is Flores himself. He made a point of going to the inside of turn 3 to let Miku through. And that was all. Well, oh, there's a car going all the way off and returning. And he did a very good job returning, not in the pass of Jack Smith. That was awkward. They were almost 3 wide for a moment there between a car going completely off there. That is Bermuda's. So these 3 cars are on 3 different laps. Bermuda's has been lapped once, Flores has been lapped twice, and Jack Smith, of course, is on the lead lap.
I mean, it's 9 cars in a lead lap only right now.
Yeah.
Melendez has lapped everybody up until P10, which is just crazy.
His pace is so impeccable, especially this is his home round. It takes so much effort and time and just practice to win the title in Phoenix Sim Sport. It will be ever so sweeter to win it on a home track in Barcelona.
Will be some absolutely beautiful scenes, but only Aaron Harris has really switched for new tires this race. Everybody else has stuck it out with their starting tires, which they have already set 27 laps on. So the call of 52 laps in the race will pretty much be spot on, I think.
I mean, they're about to do 52 laps on a single set of hards, and if the hard is to be believed, which is quite long, even by Tatuus standards.
I mean, I don't think they'll stay on the hards that long. I think the race in
Smith is
total will
off
be that long.
slightly, and Fox out! Oh my goodness!
What a race, man! What a race!
That could be a helicopter crash. Boy, I'm just gonna go into the replay. Back on board with Jack Smith. He sees Foxhound have a moment. Well, actually, he sees Marcel Miku. He has a moment himself, runs wide into turn 9, and Foxhound comes back across the track. And great reflexes from Jack Smith to avoid Foxhound, who also almost got in the way of the Spaniards, I think. So Foxhound was lifting off. He wasn't even driving across the track. He lost it on the runoff area. He had a tank slapper. He wasn't even fully accelerating. He was lifting to let Marcel pass and then tries to rejoin on the edge of the track, but he just completely slid across because he just lost grip on the lower grip pad outside of the track. That wasn't even intentional.
Yeah.
That was just the outside of the track is so slippery in this Kunos mod of Catalonia circuit.
I mean, Jack Smith still within the realms of a chase to get the position from Marcel, but he will have to put the burners on.
Yeah, that is Findlay Saka, I believe, now in between the pair of them. Let's hope Findlay Saka doesn't have a lag moment, and Jack Smith goes wide slightly again. So after that slight moment mid-corner of an oversteer, he's now had to open up the corner more, which increases his chance of understeering into the exit gravel there, but at least that's safer than risking a spin.
It is indeed.
But he's lost valuable time though. because both times through turn 9 and after that scare from Fox on last lap, the gap is now up to 2.5 seconds, and Marcel Miko now tries to solidify second position.
I mean, Marcel today, he's thrown it his all this season.
What
And
happened
he's
to...
done it brilliantly.
Who's just disconnected on my screen? We just lost a car randomly. I think that was Lachlan
I
PP.
didn't see it myself.
That was Lachlan PP. It's disappeared?
Yes, it must be Lachlan. I don't see his name anywhere anymore.
Where did his car go? I saw a dot on the map just flying all the way outside of the map. There must be internet or computer issues as Findlay Saka gets out of the way of Jack Smith in the first time asking. So well done to Findlay Saka for respecting the blue flags. And he's actually gained a position because Lachlan PP has essentially just been taken by UFO.
I mean, realistically, it was PC or internet issues. If we want to make jokes, it might have been an illegal overtaking device in his car that just launched him into the stratosphere, but don't mix rocket fuel with your Tatuus car.
I can't even try to go to replays because he's disappeared on the leaderboard, so I wouldn't even know how to find him. I mean, I can try because nothing is happening on track. So
I'd say try it.
Yeah, why not? That is commentator 2, that is Daniel Ari. Foxon had that was his previous spin that we saw. And where that is Arthur, that is you, and that is Gapri, who's disconnected previously. And here is Lachlan PP. So going into the final corner, that was all looking fine. And he flew off on the main straight. That must be just a random disconnect. He's instantly just dropped out of the server.
That's not good for him then.
No, definitely not. We got battles for P12 because that is Flores catching retrospect with Foxhound almost losing the car in between them. Foxhound gets out of the way nicely out of turn 2, and Lachlan PP is rejoining, but he's lost 2 valuable laps now, so he will be at the end of the field in P16. Well, he's still ahead of Foxhound actually, because Foxhound has been lapped 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. So if Lachlan PP drives out of the pits, which he does right now, he will still get 2 points for his troubles. But that will not be enough to topple Daniel Ari, who's already disconnected. As it stands, I think Anthony Perkin will take that 7th position in the championship as retrospect goes off into turn 8 and Flores passes him, or does he? Retrospect around the outside. Oh, brilliant! Fantastic move from retrospect all the way around the outside of the fast corner of turn 9, and Flores now will try to stand it around the outside with Foxhound lurking, and brilliant, fantastic. He saw retrospect going around the outside. He says, I can do that too. And Flores up to P12. And he spun.
Absolute beauty there from the debutant.
And he spun.
That not so much. Spoke a bit at the wrong time there.
Oh god.
Hate it when that happens, but yeah, a bit of comedic timing always shakes up the race a bit.
Yeah, hello Mini in the Twitch chat. We've got Larry Johansson surely catching Maverick by more than a second a lap. So the podium streak will end for Johansson, but he can still relegate Mr. P5 to P5. And around goes Foxdown in the middle of the track. He doesn't move. That is well done by Foxdown. If you spin in the middle of the track, the best thing to do is stay there. At least you're predictable. The car behind can know which way they can go to avoid you instead of you making the move, and the car behind doesn't know where they can drive.
Exactly, it's always best to wait until there's a clear track, even if you're not immediately putting cars at danger. If you just move the wrong way on a track and somebody, for example, has their radar on, you scare them. I'm talking out of experience. I was driving onto a main straight. All of a sudden, my radar just popped up a car going the wrong way on the track. I was so confused at the next corner. I broke 50 meters too late. It messes with your head that badly. So genuinely,
Yeah.
props to Foxhound for staying very, very attentive on track despite his spins.
Yeah, he's definitely had a very, very tough race tonight. But as it stands, he's still going to take 2 points because Lachlan PP has disconnected again as Retrospect goes off into turn 12. Does he know Johansson is there? He does. He didn't even accelerate. That is well done by Retrospect. Good awareness of a faster car approaching very quickly, and Johansson has gained on Maverick slightly once again. The gap down to 2.6 seconds for the battle for P4.
Johansson will try his best to put Mr. P5 back into the place he always is at. He has a pace today. Sadly, also the incidents that make it a bit more difficult, but he will definitely get that McLaren. That's what I'm going to be calling that car from now on.
I think
It's so McLaren 22.
I think Foxhound has a horn binded on the. Oh, he's in the grass. That is not where you want to go.
Rally spec Tatuus.
Oh, he's braked too late, and he's got out of the way of the car behind. Yeah, all the wrong technique of driving, but at least he respects the blue flag.
That's most important.
Yeah, and he brakes
talking
earlier
about
here to not run into the back of Harris. Yeah, go ahead, Asa.
I mean, we don't have any action on track, but I just read that Porsche is expanding its Rally 2, I think it's Rally 2 program in the Benelux a bit more, and they're making a single make series there. So that's interesting. Those cars sound amazing though. So just wanted to share that out there.
Didn't they pull out of WEC or something? I don't follow WEC that
Hypercar.
much.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They pulled out of the Hypercar program for WEC. Still continuing in IMSA though. So Daytona 24 is still on the books. Sadly not Le Mans, man. I really
That
need
is
Larry
crazy.
Van Thor to get that top class win. But yeah, Penske hates me apparently, even though I also support them in IndyCar. Birkin in the pits though, to share that.
Yeah, he's done his 40-minute stint, so he's basically done a 20, 40, 30. Interesting
I mean, that's
strategy there.
still interesting, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, but
yeah.
I think Rally definitely an interesting motorsport to follow or just to watch.
I mean, the WRC is kind of you know, because I think Sebastian Ogier won the title without even doing all the races. He just won most of the races he did, and that was enough.
I think the issue is right now WRC itself, but if you look at the other Milanda's in the pits as well, if you look at other rally series, they do kind of flourish. When I went to Spa Rally this year, very active, lots of cars, and because it's a bit more local, you still have pretty old cars competing in it as well. A few Subarus. Apparently there was also an old Lancia. I did not see that one. I did see some of the new ones, which look special but still nice. But it just leaves the door open for much more cars compared to WRC right now, where there are 3 manufacturers, I think. I think there's a 4th one coming. They announced that. Outline looked like a Porsche, but I don't think Porsche is willing to invest in that, especially after their financial losses, so to say, this year.
I think it's currently Toyota, Honda, and Ford, isn't it, in WRC?
Toyota, Hyundai, and
was it
third
Ford
one,
or
I
was
don't know.
it
WRC. Manufacturers.
Anyway, battle for P4 raging up. Ariel Hansen has closed down Maverick about a second lap or even more than that, and he is looking calm, cool, collected, unlike his first stint. He's gained a lot in the second stint here, and they will look forward to be putting Mr. P5 back down to P5.
I mean, he's getting very close there. I just looked it up. It's Toyota, Hyundai, and Ford. Even though I
Okay,
haven't
it is
seen
Ford.
anything about Ford at all about WRC, it's always Hyundai and Toyota.
Well, I know Ford
I
has
know
had a
Ford is
shocking year in NASCAR this year. They won so little
yeah.
races compared to Chevrolet and Toyota.
I mean, just abolish the playoffs. That's my opinion mainly. Um, However, I do know for the car they're pretty active. I know Sainz Senior will be competing again in 26 with the Raptor, which is just a mean looking and sounding car. I remember when it was unveiled at Goodwood and I was watching the live stream. It was amazing. Talking about live stream right now, Eric Johansson putting the pressure on Maverick, who's taking a very defensive line. Johansson will try to send it down the inside into turn one right there, and he relegates Maverick not yet
He
to
did it.
P5. He puts had me nearly at the edge of my seat there, but he backed off. He's trying to
Great
go
run.
wide there. It doesn't work.
Great run.
But ooh,
Ooh, that was close.
that was special.
Yeah,
Around the outside, no, he stays back. He's trying to go for a switchback, but he still gets sent around the outside for the next corner.
oh,
No! He
he's
sends
found
it
it.
down the inside. Beautiful.
He's found the gap. He's finally found the gap, and he will get the power down earlier. Maverick will try to hang around the outside of turn 7, but surely Johansson has the overlap cut off, and he takes P4 in the brilliant 5-corner side-by-side battle between the Swede and the Irishman.
Let's just say 420 blazed right through there. Either way, yeah. I think the car should also probably get its own decent sim racing game, because what you have right now is more of a simcade slash just arcade game
True.
out.
That is very true.
The car is always very interesting to watch, because it's at the beginning of the year when not many series are active. I am looking forward to the Daytona 24 though. That will be very, very interesting.
That will be indeed, and Maverick now comes into the pits after getting passed by Johansson. His pit box is actually just in front of me, so he has to drive through my car to go into the box, but this means his final pit stop will be longer than Johansson's, because Johansson must have put in more fuel in his first pit stop, so his final pit stop will not require such a long refuel time. So all the evidence pointing to a Johansson fourth and a Maverick fifth, because even by completing his final pit stop, he still comes out in fifth.
Well, yes, and he has officially changed tires while others are still on 36 lap old tires. So
Interesting.
we'll see how that ends up.
And he's on mediums. He's trying to attack in the final stint.
Let's hope those tires hold on, really. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, Fanon in the pits for his final pit stop of the season. And he will come out around Melendez, probably behind Melendez. That is Finlay-Saka into the pits, so Fanon will have nobody to fight with. That well, involves actual positions on track. He's come out in between Melendez and Foxhunt, who yields into turn 1, but Fanon runs deep and almost almost made Foxhunt drive into the back of him, because Fanon completely missed his braking point into turn 1 on the pit exit. Oh, into the pits goes Johansson. So he has to refuel quite long as well. Now, will he make the tire change? Because that's going to cost more time. Maverick did the tire change. Will Johansson do it?
I mean, I hope for him that he does, because those old tires cannot really support the car that long. I was kind of got off track because once the car was exiting the pit lane, I saw a sign on the massive timing tower there, and
Maverick
just
has
shows the
jumped in.
realism of AC.
So
That's great for
Johansson
Maverick.
also pitted for fresh mediums. They've gone for the same strategy.
That will
Interesting.
make everything very fun.
Yeah, so we've
And
got
I
a
just
faster driver chasing a slower driver. The gap is 5 seconds. Luckily, Johansson just came out in front of Harris, so he doesn't have to deal with the traffic. Yes, Asa?
there's actually a sign on the timing tower that explains a bit of when it was built. I think it says, which kind of caught me off track there. I didn't know AC went that in depth with everything. I did see
Interesting.
for Evo though that Spa, they have the massive driver helmets scattered around the track, which you can see in real life, which did kind of surprise me. Don't really see those often on TV broadcasts, for example. So
Yeah. Yeah, thank you to Doug Penko for answering Bowen's question. This is Tatuus FA01, but this is also the final round or final race that Phoenix Sim Sport will do on this regulation of cars next season. Every Thursday night, it will be the ISS Formula 3 cars replacing the Tata series as Marcel Miku gets past one of the blue flag cars. So the gap at the front, or this is basically the battle for second position, has stayed at around 2.5 to 3 seconds. So Marcel Miku can't pull away, but he's also not really under pressure.
yeah, no, he's just gonna manage pace right now until the pit stop, and then hopefully be a bit closer to Melendez than before, but it still won't be enough. The Spaniard today, just on rails.
He's been on rails since round 4, which I believe was at potentially Imola, I think that was. It's a race that did I miss that? No, I didn't. Did I miss
I
that?
don't know. Race 4 was Imola indeed.
I don't even remember commentating on it. Maybe I'm
If
just.
I just know that I commentate these races, I can vaguely remember each week, but series and such and moments are a bit more difficult to remember. Emil, I do
Maybe.
know you had a fight in TCR for quite a
Uh,
few laps in the 2 races there.
yeah, because both me and I believe it was Piazza was slower than the front 4, so we just had our own battle at the rear. Because by that time I haven't figured out how to set up the car properly, so I was losing the rear into every single braking zone, so the car was a handful to drive, to say at least. Now I've absolutely cracked up that brake bias, and that means the car is more stable on the braking, and I have a little bit more pace to show for my trouble. As Jack Smith now losing time in this second part of the lap, he was missing the apex and having to turn more than he would have liked. So the gap now up to more than 3 seconds for the first time in a long while between Marcel Mico and Jack Smith.
I really wonder when Miku is going to pit.
I
Because
think
it has been a while.
it should be in about 4 to 5 minutes time. I think a full tank of fuel can do 41, 42 minutes at the maximum, and I think they've all, well, both of them putting a full tank of fuel again. So
All I know is that he must switch to mediums at this point. I mean, he'll have the best chance of gaining a bit of time then. It's also down to him, of course. Championship as it stands will still be for Melendez. He won't even get P1 after the. I mean, Miku won't keep P1 after the pit stop. I
nope.
rephrased that really quickly. So Melendez, they looks to
Well,
take it.
see, the gap was 9 seconds before Melendez pitted, and Miko's final pit stop will be so much shorter because he doesn't have to refuel much. So it depends on what pace they are doing right now. And Miku is actually faster because he's on a lighter car. At this stage, he will be on his last, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 laps of fuel. Who knows? This could still be close. This could definitely be close. Because of Miku will have a much shorter final pit stop.
Here we go. He's in the slipstream right now from a lapped car. Just try to keep that slipstream for a bit. Just give that little bit of an advantage to extend his gap. I mean, while Miku right now is into turn 1, Melendez is driving to the final turn right now, so
I mean,
it might be very close.
I think it's going to be really close. Of course, Melendez is faster because but again, Melendez putting less fuel at the start of the race. That's how he moved up from P4 to P1, and he never looked back. But of course, that meant he had to do his pit stops earlier, which means he has to basically put in more fuel in the car during the pit stop phase. So the time that he gained at the start of the race, he'll gradually be pushed back by the longer pit stop time. So who knows? This might not end yet.
Jack Smith, however, back into the 2.8 second gap.
Yes.
Did have a faster last lap.
Johansson is not really catching Maverick. The gap was 5 seconds when they come out of the pits. It's only gone down to 4.5, so maybe on the mediums, Johansson isn't as comfortable as Maverick, as Flores almost spins in front of Jack Smith and immediately gets out of the way on the exit. That is good driving from Flores. He knew he's made a mistake and needs to jump out of the way as the first opportunity possible to not block Jack Smith. And Jack Smith lost minimal time, and Marcel Miku is in the pits. This will be crucial. Ivan Melendez, I beg your pardon, into turn 12. Miku into the box. Does it overshoot?
Right now.
Let's see. Surely it would be a dash of fuel. Look at how fast it is.
Oh my god.
That's a 5-second pit stop.
Ahead.
Melendez is still coming out of the final corner.
He's going to be ahead.
I think he's just taken the lead.
Marcel Miku, the man you are. Wow. He is ahead of even Melendez right now.
This will be a battle to the end. The gap is 1.5 seconds. They can both take maximum risk, because even if they crash, it doesn't matter. Melendez will still win the championship. Miku will still be second in the championship. This is for all the marbles. Can Marcel Miku take a 6th victory of the season, or will Melendez sign off his championship season with an 8th win?
This is definitely one of the greatest season finales, and if Miku wins, it will be very special to call his win. I mean, he will win the race, but Melendez will win the championship.
It's like, it is also the final Tatuus race in Phoenix Sim Sport history. I don't think we will ever come back to this regulation of cars unless something dramatic happens. So this is added meaning that, and even Melendez is trying to close down Marcel Miku. The gap already down to 0.7 of a second as Jack Smith pits in front. Now if these two get into battle and get into contact, Jack Smith should be close enough to pick up all the pieces.
It is all going down to the wire today, and they're all still on their tires that they started on. So
remarkable.
That also adds a bit of spice to the mix. Eric Johansson also starting to get closer again to Maverick.
Jack Smith is not that far behind. He's closed the gap to Marcel Miku, I think, in the midst of all that. The gap between them was 2.8 before they pit. It's now down to 2.2. Three-way fight for win, really?
Yeah. I hope some great things happen, but it's clear that Melendez's strategy to get less fuel at the start doesn't really work.
Well, it did pay off
And
initially because he gained the lead after wide half lap, so he had absolutely no traffic whatsoever. He was able to run his own pace for the entirety of the race, basically, apart from the first 1.5 laps. But now, he's actually going to. Who's that spinning? Getting out of the way, though. Crucially, of all
didn't
the leaders,
impact him.
I think that is
Yeah.
retrospect. Yeah, he did reverse there instead of going on to the racing line. So good job from retrospect to not ruin this potential, well, battle for the victory of the final race with 15 minutes on the clock.
Right now, I mean, Jack Smith kind of dropping back a bit. I don't think he wants to get into the fight. He has a 55-second gap to P4, so he might as well keep it clean, or he could meddle a bit with the fight for
Oh,
P1.
he's onto the grass. He's lost a lot more time, I think, in the final corner. I saw his wheel dip into the grass. Yeah, he's lost another second. So surely this is a two-way fight. I was also watching Marcel Miku pushing to the absolute limit in the final corner. His left wheel was about a millimeter to the grass. That was perfection from Marcel Miku, and it's gained about 500 out of that final corner.
I mean, honestly, if I was Jack Smith right now, I would drive this last 15 minutes approximately just in no man's land. Enjoy the time I've had with these cars. Take that P3 with a big smile on my face and retire these cars in a fun way.
Well, the problem for Jack Smith is it would be his 7th podium in 15 races, but he's finished second 4 times this season. He's never stepped onto the top step of the podium. And, well, he's dropping back, but surely he will want a win out of this successful 3rd place season, as Miku just keeps the gap to Melendez. Melendez uses a lot of curve for rotation in the apex of turn 10, as Johansson now closing in on Maverick, gap down to 2.4 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, Melendez and Miku really have to start a massive fight for Jack Smith to catch back up. Maybe an off track, maybe a few off tracks, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this time Melendez takes more track width in the final corner. The gap, however, stays at 0.8 of a second. We've got traffic further up ahead. That is, again, Fox Sound struggling, and he will be lapped a 3rd, maybe a 4th time. Let's hope he gets out of the way cleanly as he did in the previous times. And Johansson is really closing in now. Maverick's medium tires must be dropping off. And Johansson, by pitting a lap later, should still have slight advantage on those ever so slightly newer medium tires.
I mean, I don't know if Melendez is trying to go for the win right now or not, or if they're just that much equal on pace.
I think they are, because they should
yeah,
have the same tire age and the same amount of fuel, if not by 1-2 liters, you know. So this is literally the same, they're not on the same fuel and tire level. This is a direct fight of talent between the two drivers. Fox Sound is right in front, and Marcel Miku will have to be cautious. In towards turn 12. Fox Sound gets out of the way on the outside, that is fine. Now he needs to get out of the way of Melendez. He's now in between the front runners, and this could be awkward for Melendez. Fox Sound
meddling with the
will
results a bit.
try to get out of the way here. That is okay, that is fine. He does get out of the way there. That is Fox Sound, right? Well, Melendez wants a
I
slipstream like he
think it
did
is.
earlier in the race. The first time Melendez lapped Fox down, he used his slipstream all the way down the straight, I believe. This time he's used that slipstream to gain more time. Gap down to 0.4 of a second into turn 1.
It's all getting closer and closer and closer. 10 more minutes to go, and Melendez will be crowned champion. Miku right now set to win the race, but Melendez will try anything in his power to take that away from him.
He will definitely be. And Samuel, you've joined at the right time. It's been a slow burner, but we've got a battle for P1. We've also got a battle for P4. Johansson now within a second of Maverick as the leaders get ever so closer. Now Melendez will get the full slipstream effect, but also the dirty air in the corners. He has to be careful through turn 7, losing a bit of time slightly because he has to go wider due to the wake of the car from Marcel Miku. To gain a bit back here through turn 9 and on the back straight, using the slipstream, gap down under half a second as Johansson now also pushes within half a second of Maverick, and Maverick has all the traffic in front of him. I'm going to quickly switch to Johansson as he is going to try to go all the way around the outside of turn 3. We've got 4 cars on 3 separate laps. So we've got Jay Lazona trying to get out of the way, but he's on the inside. That is going to get awkward for Maverick. Lazona just drives straight into the gravel to get out of the way, but that has compromised. Maverick slightly as Johansson gets loose on the inside curb. He'll be on the outside trying to set up the corner, set up the exit, but he's got Finkley on the inside who gets out of the way. Johansson is alongside Maverick, and Johansson has the inside line. Maverick closes the door, and he gets shoved off. But he's still there. Maverick's still there. They're not gonna go side by side here, are they?
Oh my god.
I had to hold my breath for a moment, but Maverick does back off, being on the inside car. And Johansson takes fourth position away for the second time this season. Maverick has to dive it if he wants any chance of P5, but he can't do it. And that surely is P4 secure for Johansson unless he spins again into turn 12. This time he is calm, cool, collected out of turn 12. He is safe.
What a move that was. And Maverick nearly still sticking it down the inside there was definitely a choice.
Oh, Melendez.
Oh, Melendez wide.
Yeah, but Maverick's got it wrong. Maverick got the perfect final corner. Maverick is into the draft of Johansson. This is not over. Down towards turn 1. And back to this battle for P4. Maverick pulls to the inside and dives into turn 1. And he's taken the position back.
I mean, these two will also keep driving until the end. What an entertaining race this is.
Johansson, does he have an overlap? Does he? He does? Whoa, Maverick around the outside defensive position. Johansson will have to do what he did last lap all over again by going on the outside of turn 5, setting up the exit, tries to turn tighter. Maverick this time wiser to it, and Johansson has to do it all over again now, sir.
I really wish I was in some real sort of broadcasting studio right now with 6 screens to watch these 2 races going on for P1 and P4, because this is just absolute cinema. I mean, we are again on the straight. Johansson a bit too far back right now, but he will definitely be waiting for the final, for the main straight, not final straight. Wow.
He sent a fake dive there, but Maverick was unfazed. However, you can see Johansson is faster than Maverick. They've got 7 minutes to sort this one out. The leaders are still separated by 7/10 of a second, so Marcel Mico has been able to pull away ever so slightly after being almost only have a lead of 3/10, and this time Johansson will get a perfect slipstream coming out of the final corner. Maverick will go to the middle. Who is going to be the bravest into turn 1?
Maverick with a massive defensive line, but Johansson outbreaks him around the outside. They're still side by side. Maverick seems to edge him out. Oh! Johansson flew onto that sausage curb. He's off. He's going to have to rejoin quickly and safely. Otherwise, Anthony Perkin will take his position from him. But this has solidified Maverick into P4 right now.
Perkin is up to P5. And Johansson has thrown it all
Johansson.
away. And you need to be careful, there are cars coming, that's Sarah Klein, that's Jay Lazona, but I mean, if you're Johansson,
what happened there?
You can't really do much there, so he did well to get out of most people's way.
I saw him brake at the correct time. I think I saw a car off track at the left side of him. I don't know, but he just sent it onto that sausage curb.
I think he's trying to brake around the outside of Maverick and just brake too late and drove himself onto the curb, onto the dash curb that are all over this Catalonia track, the default Kuno's Catalonia track. We'll take a replay shortly. Well, we'll take a replay now actually, because the leaders are 5 tenths apart. Surely they are not going into the battle if they can negotiate turn 7 cleanly, which they do. I am into the replays to have a watch of what happened to Eric Johansson. So on the retreat, we're on board with Johansson, trying to pull around the outside. He's on the limiter, 233 kilometers an hour, braked around the outside. He decided to drive onto the sausage himself, because he thought if he tried to stick it in there, and who is that spinning in front of the leaders? That was Jay Lazzona spinning in front of the leaders. That could be disastrous, but it wasn't. My goodness me. That was too close for comfort.
It really was, but we're into the final 3-4 laps, I think, right now. And
we are
Melendez and Miku both using a lapped car. I think that was Sarah Klein.
That is,
yes,
I think,
it was.
Yeah, 3 laps, I think. As we've got.
It's crazy. It is crazy to think right now that they're approaching Eric Johansson.
Oh my god, it is. And they've done 50 laps, I mean, so they're about to do, I think, 52 or 53 laps, I think, yeah. And the top 2 are separated by 3 tenths of a second. Miku wide through turn 4. This is Melendez's chance. He's there. Miku has to defend. Melendez around the outside. He's going to set up the exit. Can he do what Johansson did a couple of laps ago? Miku wise to it. Fends off the inside line through turn 6. Melendez has nowhere to go. Turn 7. Slight hit. Who is there? I think Melendez just backed off in time. He's got a better run through turn 7. You can't go side by side through turn 9. It's absolutely going to be suicidal, and Melendez stays close, stays wise. And surely this is the chance down into turn 10, Arthur.
It will be. He'll try to make a look down the inside. They make contact, kind of Villeneuve and Schumacher-esque, but nothing bad came off of it. That scene just replayed into my eyes.
I think Melendez tried to close the door slightly too sharp, but they're still side by side through the penultimate corner. They're just about to keep it side by side, and Melendez takes the lead on the east side. But Marcel Miku will get the run onto the main straight. This is not over yet. Into the final 2 laps, Miku and Melendez. This is not the title showdown where it is, but it doesn't matter for the title, but this is all the marbles for the victory of the final Tatuus race in Phoenix Sim Sport. Melendez defends the inside line and pulls away from Marcel Miku. Miku has to make the move into turn 4, otherwise Melendez could be taking the challenge, taking the win away, and of course the championship title away from Marcel Miku, but that is a foregone conclusion. It's all about the race wing at the moment. Miku goes wide, and he's lost a bit of ground again. There's a car spinning in the middle of the track, but they just about avoid him, both of them. And Miku now, he has to stay calm. There's still 1.5 laps. You're still in the slipstream. He tries to take the shortest line possible through turn 6, down towards turn 7, trying to enter the corner wider, and that has walked to perfection. He's got a run on Melendez. He has to be careful through turn 9. Your car is going to understeer because of dirty air, and he has to back off slightly, but back on power is Marcel Miku. Surely this is not close enough for a dive into turn 10. And Miku doesn't.
These guys are giving us an Abu Dhabi 21 type showdown, despite Melendez taking the championship, just definitely. But it's still great to see they're both respectful to each other, even though they had that contact earlier. It was clearly a misunderstanding. But here we go right now, final lap, final few corners for Marcel Miku to make his mark and win the final race. Even Melendez right now pulling for the defensive line.
He's not close enough.
Far ahead.
And that is the best overtaking opportunity past gone for Marcel Miku. Melendez goes slightly deep into turn 1, so Marcel Miku will get to run again through turn 3. He's firmly in the driver. You can just see Miku understeering the dirty air, and Melendez just pulls clear by that half Carlos down towards turn 4. Miku once again opening up the entry, trying to rotate the car, trying to keep the momentum on the apex and getting a better run. Now down towards turn 5, Melendez again wider, but Miku has to put more arc into the steering. Through turn 6, Miku again tries to use the shortest way possible. This is where he gained time last lap, but this time Melendez wise to it, also uses all the track available to him on the entry, but Miku's got to run again down towards turn 10. He has to keep it pinned in turn 9. He's lost it. He's not steered off, and surely Melendez has won, and he will be winning the home race and taking the championship away with it.
I mean, they've lapped every car until P6. They've just lapped Johansson. Only the top 5, or the rest of the top 5, haven't been lapped yet. But here we go right now. Even Melendez, the man from Spain, at his home race, will win round 10 of the Phoenix Tatuus Challenge, and along with that will win the championship. What a brilliant race. Marcel Miku P2 behind him right now. P2 in the championship as well. Both have fought a brilliant season, a brilliant race. Jack Smith as well, P3 in the championship, P3 in the race. What a performance.
That is absolutely remarkable. And Johansson just comes alongside Melendez to celebrate with him as our champion celebrates with a few donuts outside of turn 1. It will be a P6 for Johansson. It will be a P4 for Maverick, but he's so far back that he's still not even popped up on the timing board yet. The top 3 tonight was so electrifyingly fast.
Exactly. I mean, that finish, that final battle in the last few laps were also just amazing.
It was clearly that Melendez seems to be slightly faster on the straight, so Marcel Miku knew he had to keep it all the way pinned. He can't live through turn 9, but the dirty air is just too much, and he ran off, and that meant Melendez doesn't have to defend into the final sector. And even Melendez, 8 wins in 15 races this season, he will finish on 858 points in total, with the drop round included. He'll finish with 804 points in 9 rounds, which is simply remarkable. That is almost 90 points, I think, on average per round. You only get 100 of 100 points every round available to you.
I mean, at least we're getting some donuts from some of the cars right now. For example, Maverick.
Yes.
Miku doing his signature in-lap.
I mean,
Wonder if any of the cars will beach it there in the gravel.
Miku has also done a great season. I know by his usually high standard, this is not going to be satisfying, but he's once again put on a brilliant show throughout the season in all of the series for Phoenix Sim Sport.
I mean, he's pretty hard on himself despite, you know, driving brilliant races, but what we can say right now is though is a goodbye Tatuus cars.
It is.
You will be missed.
And we've got interviews now. We will start with Marcel Miku, if you are there, Marcel.
Yeah, I'm here.
I know you're still driving on your in-lap, but yeah, commiserations on second place in the championship, but that's pretty much already decided before the race. You made a good comeback in the race after losing positions earlier on, but that was because Melendez seems to have started the race on lower fuel, so you basically jumped him after the second pit stop, and then you and Melendez had one of the best battles this season. Talk us through that race, Marcel.
I mean, it was quite a lonely one. I mean, at the start, I lost in the final corner because I got caught out by dirty air. So I pushed a bit too much, put it in the dirt, bit too much, couldn't turn in the dirt, and spun the car. So at that point, it was just a case of just try to bring the car home at least. And towards the end, when I was chasing against Ivan, I knew I had no chances against him anyway, but I thought, screw it. I might as well try block him, or try to defend him as best I can. He did get past me, and final lap, Dirty Air gets me yet again into turn 9, and that basically was it. Other than that, it was quite lonely. Of course, few back markers there and there getting a bit iffy, but there's not exactly much that could have been done. It's just what happens. They make mistakes, you get caught in it, and you just have to take avoiding action. But other than that, it was a good run. I did hear Jack overshot his pit box, which is why I was able to jump him.
Yes, we caught that on stream. He lost about 8, maybe 9 seconds because he was reversing for 4 seconds in the pit lane. So
yeah, and I don't know what happened to Ivan and how I managed to jump him.
well,
But
from the stream, I think he pitted after 20 minutes, so he was on lighter fuel at the start of the race, but that meant he had to pit for more fuel in the pit stops. Also, he would have a heavier car than you throughout the stints, basically. So yeah, I think it's basically different pit stop strategy brought you two together for the final part of the race.
yeah, I was rather surprised when I figured out that I somehow managed to jump him. So I was like, I might as well try hold on to it. I knew I wouldn't have a chance against him anyway, because I know he's a lot quicker overall, especially on the straights. Like I had to bring heavier downforce because I can't drive for hell on this bumpy mess of a track.
It was bumpy and low grip for sure, but yeah. A review of the season, perhaps from you, Marcel Miku. Second place in the championship, not what you wanted for sure, but this is the final Tatuus season. And also, how are you looking forward to ISSF3 next season?
Well, in regards to the analysis of the series, yeah, it wasn't the most optimal series. Plenty of mistakes along the way. Could have been a victory, but the mistakes that I made across the few of the rounds kind of cost me the overall victory. Of course, there were instances there and there with flags not being exactly the best, and the lineup wasn't exactly the best either. But although I'm not the type that gives up that easily, like I've gone through even worse times in my life, I still tried to fight it, but unfortunately it came short. And in regards to the RSS, I'm excited about driving the new F3 car, though I still don't know how I compare to the top dogs out there. So I still need to do a few more tests to see where I stand. If the standards remain like they did on this race, though, then I think the series will probably be a good one. Of course, don't exactly have much hope for the lineup. I mean, there are quite a few good tracks. I ain't gonna lie. There's only like a few outliers there and there. And as I already mentioned, I'm not the type that gives up easily, since I've gone through even worse stuff in my time. But we'll see what happens after the 3 weeks. Where
Yes, I think so. Yeah, 3 weeks.
yeah, we'll see what happens. Of course, I will be doing plenty of tests. The Federation will already be equipping the car and getting it ready, see how it handles. And we'll see what happens overall.
Yeah, once again, congratulations on losing the title this season, and thank you, Marcel, for a brilliant season. Once again, putting on a show for all of us viewers. And any question from you, Arthur, to Marcel Miku?
No, I just want to congratulate him on a good season. I know it's not what you expected it to be, but you still did great, man. Enjoy the break for the next F3 season and give it your all the next 2 races tomorrow.
Yep, thank you.
All right, let's move on to Eric Johansson. If you're there, hello, Eric.
Hello.
Unfortunately, your 5-round running podium streak has come to a rather unfortunate halt tonight, but that was to be expected, judging by your pre-race struggles at the circuit. I believe you had a spin in the final corner and another spin at turn 12. And also the final incident with Mav while battling for P4. Talk us through your race, Eric.
I think in the quali and in the race itself, I was very surprised by my initial pace because I felt as though the practice server was I was very slow, and I was very surprised by how fast I were. I were of course not fast enough for podium, but I was fast. I felt like, and then the thing that brought me down were all my mistakes. I jeans on, I'm too sweaty, and I just drove pretty badly sometimes. And then me and Mav had a little bit of a setup issue where we both pitted for mediums, fully knowing that they weren't going to last. And then we had a little incident which we'll look at after. I think I just drove off the track if I'm gonna be for real.
So,
But yeah, it was a really fun race.
so the strategy to switch to mediums was a mistake for both of you.
Yep.
Oh,
Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
That is interesting. But yes, the incident itself, I think you just decided to go off track. But
think so.
unfortunately, there's a sausage, so you completely got hooked on the sausage and spun the other direction. But throughout the season, well, you joined, I think, late. I don't think you did the first
did
couple
join
of rounds.
round 3.
Yeah. So still finishing fourth in the championship. But of course, we know you don't like the ISS Formula 3 cars. So how are you looking forward to the next season?
I can already say the car's grown on me. I kind of like the car now.
Fair.
And it's just because I went into this season seeing that Barcelona was last, and now there's Barcelona. I don't like Barcelona, and this car is pretty bad at this track and everything and that. So I just have a pretty positive mindset towards DRSS. But I'm pretty skeptical about the lineup. But who am I to judge that? There will be 30 other drivers to have a say in that, and I believe that if we race well, we'd race well, no matter the track.
Thank you very much, Eric. Any question from you, Arthur?
So my takeaways from your answers are today was difficult because 1, you don't like the track, and 2, you were wearing jeans. That's
I lost one time on the straight. I lost 5 seconds because I had to drag my fat shirt off. I think
mean,
it's
that's
a pool of sweat there. Yep, it is.
a very valid, reasoning. But yeah, congratulations to your season. I mean, you had some very good performances. Really hope to see you join us again next season.
Yep, thank you. I will definitely do that.
Just before we cut off Eric, one final question from you actually, because now I just remember that before the final pit stop, you passed Maverick on track. Then he pitted.
Yep.
Then a lap later, you pitted, but then you come out 5 seconds behind him. What happened on the in lap?
I spun.
Oh.
I spun every single lap. That was really bad for me.
Okay, yeah, we didn't catch that on stream, so I was wondering how Maverick gained 5 seconds by doing a 1 lap undercut. Which, now let's bring Maverick in. Hello, Maverick.
Hello, everyone.
One-off outing in the Tatuus season or series this season, and if Eric Johansson can actually make an overtake on you, would have finished P5, but in the end he finished P4.
Yep.
Are you happy about that?
Yep. Very much so, yeah. It was an absolute pleasure racing Eric there today. It's unfortunate the way it ended. And as we say, that'll be looked at after the race. But up until that point, Eric, really, really an absolute joy racing you today. And yeah, finale of Tatuus. This will be the end of an era. So I really wanted to round out 2025 with a nice 90-minute Tatuus race. I do like my strategy. I'm good at consistency. So these kind of races are where I feel I can shine, and I think I showed that today. Again as well. I also was pretty surprised with my pace. Certainly not the podium sitter today. Those guys were just untouchable. But to come away P4, I think that was the absolute best that could have been done today.
Fair enough. And speaking of the next season, did you have any involvement in the calendar making of ISS Formula 3? Since plenty drivers seems to be rather skeptical about it, to say at least.
Yeah. It's one of those calendars I think that has split opinions quite a lot. There are a few that are really looking forward to it, and a couple that are maybe a little skeptical. Of course, myself and the team, I've worked hard to try and pull together a really nice, interesting calendar with a good mix of tracks. Because at the end of the day, we want to challenge the drivers. We could put big wide tracks on that. It's nice and easy to overtake on, but hey, where's the challenge in that? There's a couple of challenges there. They'll be tough, obviously. But it'll be interesting to see what champion rises to the top next season.
And one final question
Can
from
I just
me.
say?
Oh, yes, Marcel. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
can I just say? Just in regards to the lineup, of course, I don't mind a challenge going around some of them. Of course, most of them I haven't even gone around even one.
Yep.
Of course, I have seen from previous divisions that they are tricky enough to drive.
Yep.
Of course, I don't mind a challenge, but yeah, we'll see what unfolds. I think the main concern, really, with some of the tracks is probably just how blue flags are going to be handled, especially considering there's a big skill difference.
Yep. That will be something that will be interesting next season. We'll have to be really on the top of our game. Blue flags are part of racing. Again, being able to manage traffic is part of the skill of becoming a champion. So yeah, we'll see. Will it be hard? Yeah, of course it will. But I'm sure that the drivers will all rise to the challenge very well.
I think that's probably where most of the skepticism is coming from, just how blue flags are going to be handled, and if someone happens to spin in the worst place possible, then how's that going to be negotiated?
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be tricky. Yep.
Again, I don't have any significant complaints against the lineup.
Yep.
I just think with the skepticism, I think it's just mostly stemming from blue flags, and just in the event you spin in the worst place possible, how you're going to get through.
It's an interesting point, and drivers will have to be really, really aware of blue flags and yellow flags. We'll see how it goes.
Yes, one final question from me to Maverick. Are you going to race in the ISS Formula 3 season next season?
So, I think you'll see me at least in a couple of rounds. Will I do 100% of the season? I'm not sure yet. I am absolutely loving this car. I've driven it a couple of times so far, and it is an absolute pleasure to drive. Is it wise taking on an extra series? I don't know. Hey, more racing is better, right? So I don't know. We'll see. It would be nice to be part of the first season, being part of the last race of Tatuus and the first of our of the RSS F3 would be nice. So I think I certainly will make some guest appearances, but whether or not I do the whole season or not, I'm not sure.
And will you be using another McLaren livery for those F3 cars?
Oh, naturally, yes.
What a beauty that one was.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yep, the McLaren will definitely have to come back out again. Yep. I do love the papaya. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Are we going to have new papaya rules coming for the RSS?
Yep, Miku, you have to let me through. Yep.
Well, that's if I'm your teammate, which I won't be, because I'll be developing my own livery.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, you can still be teammates with different liveries. See F3 in real life, for example. If they have
yeah, fair enough,
one back
but
here.
I mean, yeah, fair enough, but I do still prefer kind of running my own type of setup.
What he means to say is that he thinks that running different liveries are very boring and you need to have the same livery.
Well, I just prefer diversity over everything else. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
very woke of you.
Now
Yes.
let's
Quite stressed about it.
move on to our final interviewee of tonight. Hello, Retrospect. How are you doing?
Yo. Good, how are you?
Not bad. I mean, you finished P12, which is a seasonal best considering you only joined in round 7. It's improvement on
Yeah.
the go, ever so slightly.
Yeah, it's a massive improvement since I started, and definitely I never thought that I'll be all the way up to like P12 now. But pretty much the dedication and pretty much my progression all the way up to here is totally worth it, and it probably just shows potential now for the new season that we're gonna have, especially for the RSS F3 cars, which I really fucking enjoy, and hopefully the increased acceleration and top speed would probably increase my positioning within the next season.
Beep.
Yes.
Yeah, mind the language, please.
Oh shit! It's so casual to me, bro. It's just so casual to me. It's just so casual to me, like. But
It is what
yeah,
it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Well, still, we've got kids watching. We've got people of all manner of caliber watching this. It's not just
I'm
adults.
sorry. What?
It's not just
Oh,
adults, mate. We've got kids watching as well. So mind the
oh,
language.
I'm so sorry to the kids.
Oh,
But yeah. I had some collisions there and there, like the start of the race, but like overall through the progression of the race, I had like less and less collisions as that mostly we just like synced up with like other drivers just to allow them past, like so that we could allow them pass us smoothly and such. But like P12 is such an amazing result, and I'm really proud for the P12 that I got, and hopefully to God no penalties will be reported on me so I can keep the P12.
No, that depends on if you manage to keep it clean throughout the run.
Yeah, like I was kind of messy at the start, but like I kept it clean throughout. Like so, like it's gonna be like only like probably 1, 2 reports that be set on my way, but like overall, I think I'm gonna be fine.
fair enough. I mean, we've got AJ and Mick saying we have kids racing too. That is also true. We definitely have kids racing
Very
in our
valid point. Yes.
series.
Yeah,
But
Fox out is making me fucking nervous. Fox out has made me like have like a mental breakdown throughout the whole race. Like I don't know if he's gonna collide into me or is he just like gonna let me pass. It was so scary every single time I passed him, bro. Like. Hopefully he improves.
any question from you, Arthur?
No, not really.
All right, that will just about round off a 2 hour and 10 minute stream. That is very long for a set of course standards here at Phoenix Sport, and that is the end of the Tatuus challenge, probably ever in Phoenix Sim Sport. And well done to our 4 drivers in the interview room. That is Eric Johansson, Marcel Miku, Maverick, and Retrospect. And thank you once
Thank you.
again to Arthur Valen
Thanks.
as well as Mr. Scoot, I believe, who joined in commentary this season alongside me, HCE. And an early Merry Christmas to all of you. We will see you tomorrow for MX5 and TCR around the same Barcelona circuit. Good night.
Bye bye.
Adios.
Yeah.